Hello, I am Martin Fencka and welcome to another Guilds of Ravnica draft. So today I want to do a competitive draft, which means best of 3, and therefore we'll have to pay some attention to potential sideboard cards. Let's jump right in. Yes, I want to purchase draft and let's see what we started with. Well, Runaway Steamkin. Did I start with that? What else do we have? Discovery Dispersal is okay. Other than that, there isn't much. I usually don't play Boros or Izet, but I guess with the Runaway Steamkin I will try. Okay, let's pick that and we'll see where the draft takes us. From blue cards, there really isn't that many interesting blue cards. Probably nothing that would really work with Izet. For Boros, maybe Sworn Companions, but also not amazing. Day card, I really don't want to take that as the second pick. Sure Strike, I hope we can get that later as well. Let's take Sworn Companions. We'll see what the draft brings next. I also have to make sure that we have like mostly red cards. Fire Urchin is pretty average for Boros, I would say. I'll go for Hunted Witness. I think Hunted Witness in Boros is a little bit better than the Hazda Marshal. Okay, now we finally have something a bit more interesting. I think the Bodyguard will be the pick here. Let's Hawk, maybe, or the Scout. I think I will go with the Scout. We are really not getting that many interesting Boros cards. Almost looks like could get rid of red and start thinking about Celestia. Let's take Sworn Companions number 2. Righteous Blow, I guess. And now we have like 3 potential picks. I think Inescapable Blaze is a little bit too expensive for the kind of Boros I'd like to build. With 16 lands, ideally. Something pretty aggressive. Let's go with the Fresh-Faced Recruit. This is gonna be a Sure Strike. Maybe one more, but I hope that I won't play both of them. As the Marshal, I think that's the one we passed. Okay, do we take Fixing or the Halberdier? If I play like really aggressive Boros that ends its curve around 3rd mana, I probably don't want any mana that comes into play tapped. Let's go with the Halberdier. Well, these are the right colors, but I hope that I won't have to play a 5-drop. Again, Gravity Punch because it is the right color. And actually, Maniacal Rage I was thinking about picking up earlier. Well, let's take that. Now, what are we looking at? Heretic Cyclops, that's a wrong card for this deck. Conclave Tribunal or Luminous Bonds, probably. And though we can Convoke the Tribunal, I think we want to attack with our creatures, not use them for Convoke. I think I will go with the Bonds here. Oh, and they rewarded it. We're sticking to Boros. That is Tajik. That's definitely something we wanted to see. Another bodyguard should be okay. Skynet Legionnaire. Yeah. Let's go with the Skynet Legionnaire. That's fine as well. This is difficult. Definitely don't want the third bodyguard, so it's either the fresh-faced recruit, Parhelion. Actually, even the instructor for Boros isn't horrible. And of course, direct current. How many 3-drops do we have? Quite a few. I think they are quite light on removal, and the current can even finish off the opponent, so let's go with that. Considering the barging surgeon, but it's so expensive. Candlelight Vigil is also pretty expensive. Now let's go for the Haunted Witness. Now it's gonna be the Rubble Belt Boar, I think. Probably don't want another white 1-drop. How many 2-drops do we have? 1, 2, 3. Fine. Well, and it's gonna be the Vernati Shieldmate. And I just need more red cards for our Runaway Steamkin. I think here I'll just go with the Fire Urchin. I don't think we want to play 4th Sure Strike. Do we have 1 Healer's Hawk already? I don't think so. Okay, let's take 1. I will have to decide which 1-drops I'm going to play. Hammer Dropper, fine. We can probably play 1. Skyline Scout, another 2-drop. Wow. I don't need so many white 1 and 2-drops. You really want to be red heavy. I would really like to take the Smeltboard Minotaur in this case, but can I really take it over Luminous Bonds? How many spells do we have? Direct Current. Those are 2 activations. Soren Companions actually works as well with the Minotaur. Sure Strike. And that's about that. We also need red cards. Another option is the Goblin. Because blocking this Goblin is such a pain in the ass often. And we need those red drops. Probably can't do it. I have to take the Minotaur. Even if it just prevents block, I don't know, once or twice, it can be still pretty important. This is gonna be the Legion Guild Mage easily, I think. Another Scout. Probably don't want to play second copy of Maniac Rage. But we could play a second copy of a Rubble Belt Boar. Intrusive Beast is probably a bit too expensive for what we are trying to do here. Because we need more red cards still, and the Whelp is, again, too expensive. I'll take a 3rd Bodyguard. I think that playing just Invert is worth it, even though it would be another activation for the Minotaur. Other than that, really isn't much here. Maybe one Guild Gate. I'm not sure if I'm gonna play it, but may as well take it. Goblin Banneret is a nice 1-drop, and it actually appeared pretty late. Same as the Legionnaire. How many 4-drops do we have? 1, 2, 3. We have more than 3-drops, I would say, at this point. So let's take the patrol. I'm not sure if you want to play it, but it's more likely that I would play the patrol than another halberdier, I would say. Oh, it hurts seeing Beacon Bolt this late. I think it's just gonna be another Rubble Belt Boar. So Sworn Companions, very late. Already have 2 copies. For Celestia, I would take it, but not Boros. I think that I will play the Locket, but may as well take it. Maybe second Maniacal Rage. And I don't think you'll see anything interesting left in this pack. Okay. Let's get rid of cards we definitely don't want to play. 1. 2. I probably don't want to play the Parhelion Patrol if I'm gonna play 3 boars and the dropper. I think that we really have to play the Sworn Companions in the end. Okay, 2 drops. We don't have to play this. How many cards? Still 11 cards. Let's try to get rid of all the white cards that we can. 1. Something we don't want to play. How does the curve look like? If only 5 2-drops. 2. 5. Oh, wait. That's wrong. Get rid of 1 Maniacal Rage. Probably keep both Share Strikes. Hammer Dropper will have to go. Halberdier is probably not good enough. 3 more cards. Drop 1 mountain. So now we are looking at what, 15? I mean 16. And 2 more cards. Can't afford to drop the Scout. Don't have that many creatures on the second mana. Maybe 1 Witness. And the Righteous Blow. How does it look like now? 5 non-creatures. 19 creatures. How many sorceries and instant are we looking at? The current, Share Strike twice. That's it. Okay, so that Minotaur is actually pretty bad. We'll play the Halberdier after all. I just want to add another or switch red card for a red card. How many white do we have? 3, 4, 5. Everything else is red-white or red, and that looks good. Okay, let's see how this works. In the end, I am playing that one guild gate. Well, it's not gonna bite me in the ass. So what are we looking at? No one drop. That actually there is one drop. I missed it. Yeah, that looks okay. Sucks that we are on draw though. How big of a problem is this? This is fine. Steamkin is probably gonna die right now. Phantasm is such a pain in the ass, especially when we are not getting the third line to get rid of it. Nice. All we need to get the third line reliably. Nothing else. Or even like another red 2-drop would probably do the trick. Although I kind of expect some kind of counter magic for the guild mage. Oh, or not. Attackers, that's for sure. I wonder why the game just automatically passed when I can still use the Steamkin to play cards. What the hell? Game, what are you doing? Oh wait, we have only 2 counters. What am I talking about? Yeah. I think I'm just gonna play the bodyguard, see what the opponent has to say about that. Well, some kind of counter magic was to be expected. And now we pass. Next turn we can start thinking about some attacks. Luminous Bonds on the Phantasm. We'll see what we can do. Or you don't even have to worry about the bonds. Just tap the thing. Okay, next I'll keep the land in hand, because it seems our opponent is playing a lot of this card. In case he's playing rats, I want to have something I can discard into that. Just need the opponent to tap out. Before I can start real attacking. Let's try. Also the Luminous Bonds, I can't afford to lose that. Yeah, there was obviously more counter magic. So. Just pause again. This is the problem when the Boros goes second. Everything is just reactive. We didn't draw any flyers. There is a flyer. That is probably too late. Okay, so what do we want to tap? I can tap the bats and just try to go through with the scout. If I draw a land, I can even buff this. Actually, yeah, if I draw land, I can buff the scout. It's probably the best way. Gonna be more counter magic. No, not this time. Now, probably our best way to victory is to kill our opponent with the guild mage. Oh wait, I have what, 5? Actually, I had 8 mana. I could have attacked, maybe trade with bats. Now I will attack. I want those bats gone because we can't block them. Okay, sure. That's just a surveil. This is a good draw. 8, 9, we even have the mana. Do both, the Legionnaire and the finish of the opponent, if he doesn't have response to the Legionnaire. Nice. Honestly, I didn't expect us to win. But it worked. So what do we know about our opponent's deck? He didn't seem, or doesn't seem to have that much removal. A lot of discard, but there's nothing we can do about that. Maniacal Rage might be a good card. What do we remove? Don't really afford to remove creatures. Maybe one Sure Strike? Okay, fine, let's get rid of one Sure Strike. Maybe getting rid of one of those Boros would be also an option, but I really don't want to get rid of creatures. 1 mana. And play, what, 1? We draw red, there will be another one. Do I want to trust the deck? We have 2 turns to draw a land. Fine, let's see. If he didn't have any any 1 drops, I would mulligan this hand. But we have like 2 creatures to play even with 1 land. Now we have a second one. There goes the scout, most likely. I hope the opponent doesn't realize I don't have red and just discards, I don't know, the bodyguard. That's what he targeted last time. No. The same start as the last time, just hard discard. I really don't think that hurts us that much. Yeah, sure. We had one mountain that this guy wouldn't do absolutely anything, basically. There we go. Where do we start? I think with the bodyguard there will be some kind of a reaction. Mm. 2 mana. I don't think that the Legionnaire can be countered. Let's do some more damage. And Maniacal Rage on the Legionnaire is pretty good. Even hit the Steamkin before that. It's quite a nice draw. Well, that is quite unfortunate. Now it would be time to draw like a direct current. I'm not sure if I want to play the GoR. There can be the, what's it called, Disdainful Stroke. Let's see. Oh, that actually worked quite well. Can buff up the Witness. And what if I go all in? What's gonna happen? Wants to trade, it will have to be here. Block here, and we go for 3 trades here. I think that's fine. Okay, now we just have to find a way around the Phantasm. I think I'll try the boar and only attack with the other boar, because there can be, or there probably are some of the 3-2 agents with flash. Let's see what happens. I also need to get our opponent as close as possible to 4, so that we can ideally finish him off with direct current. Because I duplicate on Darkblade Agent should be fine. Same as on the Phantasm. But there's obviously some kind of surveil in hand. This is nice. So there are 2 blockers. If I attack with everything, I'll do 2 damage. Plus the Sheer Strike. So our opponent goes down to 1, which means next turn he dies to the Hawk unless he finds an answer. Yeah. And we want to mentor the Witness. Actually, we want to mentor the Witness. Oh, we want to mentor the Hawk. What am I talking about? This would be lethal. Fine, fine. Okay. Even though we went second in both games, we managed to win, but the opponent had no removal, which is quite surprising for Demir. He had a lot of counter magic and discard, but because that doesn't develop his board, actually wasn't such a big problem. Okay, what are you looking at? Damn, this sucks. 2 lands, only 3 drops on play. This is almost a hand the mulligan. I basically have to draw a 2-drop and the land. Yeah, this is better. And we want to keep the Witness. Maybe we can draw better. Kind of want to draw a 3rd land, so that's why I removed it. Wow, that's bad. How desperately do we want the recruit to become 3-2? I think I'd rather just keep developing the board. Actually, I should have attacked. What am I doing? It was a free attack. Yeah, that first strike is pretty annoying. You know, that'll be probably something big. Our opponent's gonna convoke something. At least that's what I would expect. 1, 2, 3, that's 7, 8. Worm, maybe? Equinox? 4, 5 flying, 4, 8. Okay. You're probably gonna trade the witness, the recruit, for both witnesses. They'll leave behind tokens, but if I don't do it, they'll still be there and those tokens will be available. Oh, it's actually is fine. Stops the damage. Yeah, sure. At least no harpooner or something like that. Or crushing canopy. Fine. Interesting that he played it on a tapped land. Tapped out. I think it's a boar time. And it might be a boar time on the recruit. Actually, then it will be just traded for the second witness now. Let's do more damage. At this point, there's no reason to attack with the recruit. There are just too many 1/1s. I think now it's time to stop the scout. Maybe I should have waited with the Luminous Bonds one more turn. Instead, attack with the Banneret to mentor the Legionnaire. Should I do it now? Down to 8. No. Next turn, I think I'll attack with the Bodyguard and the Legionnaire. And then, next turn with the Banneret. Pump him twice to mentor the Legionnaire again. We'll gain our opponent some life, but we are taking it back right away. What is this? Yep, resolve. Actually, now when I'm thinking about it, maybe I won't attack with that Banneret or with the buff banner at next turn. I don't want to boost the Legionary to 4/4 because of Color the Culprit. Now we are out of range of Righteous Blow, but not in range of the Color. So let's stay that way. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. And just go all in. Can't block. Yeah, sure. We kill the opponent now. No, all that gets through will be 2 damage. So there's no point in attacking with everything. Might as well play the second Legionnaire. Just send them. Hopefully we win next turn. Yep, that is not enough. But one more Recluse, and suddenly it would be a lot more interesting. Opponent is just gaining life, so that will help. Especially if he has some kind of combat trick. No. Oh, he still shouldn't have enough blockers. Ah, I should have played the mountain, but he's probably gonna block the banner no matter what, and still buff the banneret at this point. I'm not sure if it's gonna trigger the mentor. I think I should have done that main phase. Let's find out. No, it's still triggered. Great. What do we buff? Urchin. Good. So what do we know? Getting through on the ground might be a bit of a problem. Which means Healer's Hawk definitely stays in. The Parhelion Patrol might be a good idea. Maybe even the second Scout, but it's pretty bad on draw because we'll most likely have to block some creatures here and there, and it dies to tokens. I'll probably just remove one boar maybe and replace it with the patrol. Yep. It seems like our opponent is sideboarding quite a few cards. Probably Crashing Canopy in. What else can there be? Maybe some Righteous Blows. Or Recluses, possibly. what are you looking at? Double Share Strike, Recruit, and Tajik. Against a deck that has so many tokens, it's not the best draw, but definitely not something I'd mulligan. You have a 2-drop, 3-drop, so let's see what you're up against. Yeah. Fitness. That doesn't stop us yet. I'll probably... Oh, only white. Scout, okay. Flying? Please, give it flying. Oh, this is great. Oh. Oh, this is such an advantage in... Oh, he doesn't have mana, that's the reason. That's such a nice advantage in tempo. How are we gonna do it? I'm really thinking about playing Tajik in this case. Just buff up the recruit to 3-2. That will make it basically unblockable. Make every combat a nightmare for our opponent. How much damage can we do next turn? So I could just play Share Strike before combat on Tajik to get another token on the recruit. Then we would be basically trading a Share Strike for the token. Okay, well, that says pretty clearly I don't have anything to play for 2 white mana. Does the Hawk change anything? I don't think so. No, we just save the Sheer Strike on the Hawk then. Play the Guild Gate. Attack with both. Do 3 damage. Get rid of the token. Now we play the Bodyguard. Next turn we can play the Hawk and hopefully kill something with Direct Current. And then we just double Share Strike. The thing is that we don't have to worry about Righteous Blow. Actually, Tajik doesn't prevent the damage to himself, so we do have to worry about that. I would expect Pack's favor. Maybe that's what our opponent is thinking about. No. Okay. So Tajik can be destroyed by the Righteous Blow, so let's buff up the Bodyguard. That will trigger the mentor. I'll risk it. I will mentor Tajik, but he can die now, and I have a feeling he will. Oh, really? Fog. Wow. That saved a lot of damage this turn. I don't think there is a board clear in these two colors that we would have to worry about. We can lose the bodyguard now to color the culprit, but then our opponent would die. I think 7-10 is dead. No matter what. Okay, so that's the second win. I hope we can get to 3. That's like the goal. I think this deck can probably do better than 3 wins, but 3 wins is the goal, so we get back the investment. 1500 gems, then I'm quite happy. Because it would be what? 3? Was it 3 or 4 boosters on top of that? I think it's 3. Same problem again. You know, 1 or 2 drops on play. But this time we have 3 lands, so we can play our 3 drops. Okay, let's see how it works. Could still get lucky and draw a 2 drop. Or basically even a 1 drop, something that we would play before turn 3. It's not something we can play before turn 3. Okay, so what are our options? Maniacal Rage now is a horrible idea, because this is a mana for direct current. I'll just send the Halberdier. I think if I buffed it with the Boar, there will be a block, and I don't think I want to lose a creature at this point. Playing this also means we can't be countered by this Denfo strike or stroke, or how's that thing called? Well, this stops us pretty effectively. Okay, Maniacal Rage on the Bodyguard. Hopefully our opponent blocks the Halberdier with the Mystic. And we should strike to get rid of it. Because the Mystic can just stop everything, basically. If we lose the Halberdier, we're gonna be slowed down quite a bit. But we have 2 Boros in hand. This is also a nice way to stop us. Too many lands. Okay, this looks quite good that our opponent is digging for answers. There's probably some counter magic ready. Okay, well, that wasn't a surprise. Let's see about the boar. That worked as well. So we buff up the Halberdier. And mentor the boar. It's instant, but actually that would be in... Wow, this is a good answer. Yeah, that works. But it still doesn't really solve the problem completely. Okay. Oh, it'd be block, block. It has to be blocks like here, and witness goes through. This mentor doesn't have haste. Okay, let's see how many more sure strike our opponent has. It's not a sure strike. Yep, well, that was expected. And that was expected as well. Nice. Oh well. These erratic cyclops are a huge problem. That you have only basically one solution for. Even thinking about using the gravitic punch for this game, or this matchup, you get stuck behind the huge 0-8. This would be an answer. It's actually a great answer. And let's take Parhelion Patrol as well. Another flyer. Okay, what do we get rid of? Fire Urchin kinda sucks. It's red, but still sucks. Maybe one Rubble Belt Boar. Those are so good in combination with the mentor creatures. What about Fearless Halberdier? Yeah, let's get rid of him as well. It's so easy for our opponent to play Radical Idea on his Cyclops and just kill the Halberdier. We could risky just go Steamkin into Maniacal Rage, then Shadow Strike and just try to win it with the Steamkin. But on draw, I'll trust the deck that we draw white mana. It's not white mana. Come on. I said white mana, not just white creatures. Like the worst possible draws, drawing all these white creatures. Yep, that's not getting better. This means we don't have to worry about the frog. I have a feeling this will be the only attack for our Steamkin. Oh. This is how Boros kills Erratic Cyclops, just trades it in combat on turn 4. It's pretty insane. That doesn't really mean anything as long as we... What? Okay, that surprised me a little bit. What are we looking at? Just need more white mana. Let's play the Parhelion Patrol. Next turn we play the Legionnaire. Attack with both. Right, we are not winning this race. At this point, I don't need an answer for Cyclops desperately. Yeah, and this is not it. So we go down to 1. We'll most likely have to trade the patrol for something. Oh, we'll actually die. Okay, fine. Trusted the deck, and I shouldn't have. If he drew the plane like 2 turns earlier, it should have been an easy win. Or would have been an easy win. Well, now when we know about double Cyclops, we definitely want to keep the second, I mean the invert in. And probably use all our scouts. Get rid of the rage. Actually, no. Let's keep the rage. We can use it on the scout. What is there on the ground? Just doesn't get through. We can use the bodyguards or mentor. Here we can top that thing. So I'll just get rid of the witnesses. They really don't do anything in this case. Maybe. Now we know that our opponent is playing some bounce spell, so maybe using 2 Maniacal Rage would be too risky. But we kind of need to win quickly. Okay, fine, let's get rid of 1 boar and we'll go all in. Just strategy, play a flyer as soon as possible or a scout with the Maniacal Rage and try to win with that. And, oh, come on, I think because I didn't hit done, I won't have the sideboard. Didn't notice we were running out of time. Okay, what are you looking at? 1, 2... Yep, the sideboard is not active. App. It's actually a pretty bad draw. The creature is just not enough. we need now is our opponent to play the frog or something like that. Yeah, that's perfect. This is even better. I'll gladly trade the witness for the frog. The Legionnaire means we can go over Cyclops. That's the important part. And this is a pretty ambitious attack. So what are we looking at here? Another attack. Wow. Think about just trying to kill the Electromancer and attack with everything. That would be 5. We can mentor the witness, actually. I think that's the way to play it. We still have the Share Strike for lethal. And this is a little bit better when we want to play around combat tricks. Something like that. Attack the opponent down to 5. Lose the recruit. Does that work? How much do we take next turn? Potentially a lot. Just attack with the Legionnaire. And I could kill the frog, but I kind of like the idea of having the direct current to kill the opponent. Okay. The frog will get flying. I don't want to trade the Legionnaire. Should have played direct current before combat. It was stupid. That's not bad. What is this? What is sizzle? That kills one of our flyers. Fine, but also means the frog won't be on board. I'm not sure if the opponent played the land on this turn. I think he actually did. So the patrol dies. Oh well, that makes everything much easier. Okay, so even though I screwed up there a little bit with the jump start of the direct current, was enough in the end. And we have 3 wins, and that's 4 boosters. Nice. Didn't have much time for Arena recently, so I'm quite glad. Managed to get the 3 wins. I wasn't sure if I'm gonna remember how to draft still. Okay, well, on play, you would have to draw planes specifically, or there would have to be a planes on top, basically. Then the hand would be pretty good. You have, what, the chance is like 1 in 4. I think I would kind of have to mulligan. Oh, it's pretty bad. This is probably a mistake. I should have played the recruit for the first strike. Really don't want to use flying on this turn. But I also don't think that our opponent really wants to trade his Electromancer. He should. Actually, no, let's just play the recruit. I'll pass. I can't afford to trade creatures after mulligan on play. I'm still gonna pay. There can be that 3-2 flush agent. People, this is, yep. Means probably the scout dies. I mean, wait, what is that? Plus duplicate. Well, good to know that the opponent has that. But we didn't draw a single playable card. Only lands. That really doesn't work. Probably gonna be some kind of counter magic. Okay, fine. This game was basically lost before it even began with all those lands on top of the library. What are you looking at? Opponent doesn't seem to be that fast, and there are some walls. Or there is at least one wall we know about. I think we go back to our strategy. Just fly over. Remove a boar. Both witnesses. Urchin. Probably the halberdier. Okay. This time I will hit the button to make sure those changes are applied. Fine. Okay, well, this is so bad when you just die because the game decides you shouldn't win. I'm gonna keep this with one land and the banneret because we can scry the top card. And even if we draw second mountain, we can still play the recruit and we can play the maniacal rage. Nope. I don't know what's wrong with the game, but this often happens to me that I just get a certain amount of wins and then the game just decides that I don't win anymore. And it's not about like me playing bad. It's just really the game saying you're not gonna win, and I don't see more than one land, even if I mulligan to like 4. I tried that multiple times. Yep. Just... Well, our opponent is down to 2, but he can... Actually, now he has 3. He doesn't have other colors, but with the radical idea, that shouldn't be a problem for long. Okay, finally. That assault is fine. Luminous bonds on the wall as the worst play. So I think the play here is Tajik. And Mentor the Banneret. Okay, what are we looking at now? There is probably a bounce already. I think I'll just attack and have the Shadow Strike ready to trade with the Electromancer, because I think what's gonna happen is Stagic gets blocked by the Electromancer, Banneret gets blocked. I mean bounced, and the Scout gets blocked here, and I want to get rid of the Electromancer. How much do we care about the Scout? I think I am gonna do it. With just the wall on board and Luminous Bonds in hand, we probably want to have creatures ready. Wow, that's pretty aggressive. Hypothesis? Now another Electromancer into... Probably gonna be a removal. If I Luminous Bonds the wall... Okay, that could have been significantly worse. Send both. Now we trade most likely with the Electromancer. Or actually, don't even have to trade. I think we want to trade here. Our opponent has so many cards already that he can play. And we don't want them to be cheap. So now we can play the Hawk. And the Recruit. And... without the Goblin Electromancer, again, the options are pretty limited. Or significantly more limited than with the Electromancer on board. What the hell? I just realized... Well, first, our opponent conceded. I think on one turn, he played Steam Vents untapped to take 2. And then he didn't use them for anything? Thinking about the Minotaur... Almost looks like even if we can once stop one creature from blocking, might be enough for us to win. What would I have to get rid of? One bodyguard? I think I'm gonna do it. Those bodyguards probably don't do that much against all those walls. I know that they still can mentor creatures, but I think in the end, the Minotaur may do more damage. Oh, well, this is pretty bad. Yep. Basically a hand without a creature, I can't keep that. Our opponent mulligan as well. Yeah, this is a little bit better. Especially on draw. Yep, that is a keeper. Probably try to go the Steamkin into Maniacal Rage. Just risk that we'll hit bounce right from the start. Maybe not. When we have a third line, we just go for the Minotaur. This looks like the best play. And block the Electromancer now. Next turn we can grow the Steamkin enough so that he can get through and still have even the Share Strike ready. No attack is now. How desperately do we want to start pushing? Against 4 untapped mana, I probably don't want to be that aggressive. Just play the Recruit, see if there's some kind of counter magic. Or a Hypothesizzle. Yep. It's a bit of a problem. Oh, it's targeted on the Minotaur. I would expect target the Steamkin. Honestly, now I'm really tempted to just play the Maniacal Rage and attack. No, let's play the Flyer. Because all the Steamkin would probably do is do 6 damage. And then we would have another wall, and next turn he wouldn't be able to do anything. Or anything, he would probably get bounced or something. Okay. And now probably quasi-duplicate. Yep. Can go to what? 5-1 with the Share Strike. That's not good enough. I could just Burn the counters from Steam Key. That should work. Problem is we are still in range of another hypothesis. Or that's an option as well. Okay, nice. Take 6. 6 next turn. Actually, only 3. Our opponent doesn't want to attack with the second one. Yeah, and now we needed something other than a land. I'll play one more so that we can play anything and still give the scout flying. But now we are in pretty bad shape. Oh, there is something. This doesn't help. Can't get through the Dragonauts. How much damage can one 3 toughness creature do? Or damage? How much damage to our like plan? Okay, how many blockers does the opponent have? 4 overall. There's still nothing we can do really. 3 cards in hand, that's a lot more scary. But this could help. If it even gets on board. Okay. It's an interesting choice. I think the bodyguard is probably a high priority now. Sure. Fine. So now we have a flyer that trades with the Dragonauts. Worst case scenario. Oh, come on. How many is there? How many cards does the opponent still have? He didn't discard. Probably just means he drew something like a Share Strike. Just wants me to feel safe with the attack that I run into a Share Strike. Now, actually, maybe not. Okay. So it seems that it was a mistake not discarding. Also, good thing now is that our opponent is in the range. Our only burn spell. So that's fourth. Another one. No. What is that? All those burn spells. Okay. Now we just have to hope that we probably draw direct current. The question is if the opponent even has enough creatures to actually kill us. I just try to play Tajik. And okay, the recruit would die. Well, he wouldn't. Gonna send 1, 2, 3 and keep the scout back. I'll just mentor the recruit. We have 3 to first strike. Yeah, we want to kill the Dragonauts. So now the scout has to die. Actually, just the scout has to die. Tajik with the recruit can't win yet. do anything else. Oh. I could maybe switch the recruit so that I'd mentor him once again. Yeah, that was a mistake. There's the Sonic Assault, so now we'll see if the opponent has something else. Fine. But he doesn't have to tap the Scout. Now he has to jump, hopefully, with the Electromancer. He doesn't have red for possible Shadow Strike. Can still double Sonic Assault next turn, and he has to remember that there is something 6 damage to the head. We are technically at 3. Please draw my direct current. Nope. And I'm getting really nervous that we may actually die just to burn spells. I think we're gonna die next turn. Direct current or something like that. So many ways. Our opponent, I think, still has 2 hypotheses, but the problem is if he plays both, he'll just die decking himself. So this will be the hypothesis. Now we force the Cyclops to jump block. And now we'll see there is something to kill us. Yep. Oh my god. It was all about all those land draws. One more creature, that's all we knew. We even had chance to draw the direct current for like 10 turns. I don't feel so bad for like losing the match. I feel bad for wasting so much time on it. Well, not the best draw, but definitely a keep. With the bodyguard, the draw improved quite noticeably. Right? We do. Actually, cancel. Now the guild gate actually hurts us. I'm hoping that I'm gonna draw one more land next turn that excuse me, goes into play untapped. Then I would be able to mentor the hawk. Attack with everything. Direct current sucks. Wow, this is quite ambitious. I'll just attack for 3. Now we play the bodyguard and play the guild gate. Actually, our opponent made it easier for us with that attack. And next turn, if somehow both the banneret and bodyguard survive, probably just pump the banneret twice, mentor the bodyguard and the witness. Or I could try Maniacal Rage the banneret. Now bump him. Mentor. Or and like a decent attack. I think even with the removal, this looks pretty good. Oh, it looks even better. Okay. This is a counter magic check. I want to know what to expect next game. So there is an answer after all. Okay, fine. Excuse me. Been a long video already and a lot of talking. Oh, it seems causing some trouble. Okay, now we know about another direct current. I think I'll just finish off the wall. If the scout gets killed, then the opponent doesn't have anything else to play, so this should be a win no matter what. Fine, so what do we know about? Lots of spells. I think we want to play the Patrol. It survives direct current. I want to play the Minotaur. It survives direct current as well. Back with invert against walls. What do we want to remove? Probably creatures that are not good against direct current. Deer. Legionaries should still be able to do some damage. Probably get rid of the Hawk and the Scout. Thinking about Gravitic Punch. I think that would be too much. Yep, this looks like a keeper. We started with the Urchin this time even, because that survives direct current. Depends on what we draw. No matter what we draw, the Urchin is better. Now we hope that we draw a third land and can play Tajik next turn. Start attacking. Okay, well, that could have been worse. Oh. Fireman's research. Wow. Start with the bodyguard because we have 2 creatures with haste. We'll be able to attack this turn. What do we want to play? Actually, I don't think I want to play either. Or open mana just yells counter magic. Let's try to develop the board a little bit and then we start playing creatures with haste. Yep. Basically have to force our opponent to somehow tap out. Then we can start playing creatures with haste. Cyclops, fine. Now it's probably time for Legionnaires. Attack with these 2. The bodyguard dies at the Cyclops most likely. Could be traded before Sheer Strike. No, but now the Legionnaire is out of range of direct current. That is important. Oh, there is a Hypothesis as well. Works as well. I think I want to play the bodyguard. Just again force our opponent to do something so that... Oh. Actually, that's maybe not too bad. Oh, I screwed up so bad here. I just entered combat too quickly. I needed to boost the bodyguards here. Oh god, now we lose Tajik. Wanted to make Tajik 4-3 so that he doesn't die. Direct current. Crap. How much damage can we do here? We still have the bonds, so 1 removal doesn't do much. Also doesn't do much. Let's see, if there is some kind of counter magic, it will be played now. 6, 7. Just kill the urchin and kill the urchin and lose my own urchin. That's a bad trade. I think I'll just pause here. This is a pretty good draw. This means we can... come on. Or buff up the bodyguard. Oh, or counter magic. Oh. Okay, well, let's pass again. This would be a good time to draw invert. Well, let's try again. So now everything has first strike. The urchin. Actually, I just trade 1 for 1 with the urchin. Yeah, this is probably a good time to get rid of the stupid Cyclop. Definitely not over yet. But with no counters on the research, actually it is over. Good. But what's the chance to meet basically 2 identical Izzet decks in one run? One after another. And I'm pretty happy with the result. 4 wins. I was hoping it would get to like 3 or 4. So right there, even have a chance. Take it all the way. Are we looking at one place Steamkin into either Bodyguard or Rage? Yeah, this is not a hand to mulligan. Just about 1 land. I think like 2 turns ago I said a similar thing and we haven't seen a single land. Not this time though. Should I be really aggressive and play the Rage style decking? Probably not. Just develop the board. It's way too risky against Luminous Bonds. Not blocking a first striker against Boros. I'd guess direct current now on this. Oh, not. So it's gonna be a sheer strike. Play Luminous Bonds. That sounds horrible. I'm most likely gonna lose the bodyguard here. Actually, Steamkin. There's a sure strike. I'm 100% sure about that. Just hope there isn't a second sure strike. Thinking if I should use Luminous Bonds now, but it wouldn't change anything. Or would it? We would be immune to Righteous Blow in that case. It's like a waste using the bonds. I'll just attack. Worst case scenario, it's a Share Strike, lose the boar. And now the best option is probably our opponent playing like a 5-drop that we can remove with bonds. I think he's looking at our board, wants to kill something. If we lose the bodyguard here, we are in trouble. And that's fine. That's basically what we wanted. Excuse me. The witness is great here. trades for a creature and still leaves creature behind, so that bodyguard is not alone, at least for now. It looks like our opponent is like checking our creatures and deciding on a target for a removal. There it is. Try to keep the board clear. It's a nice draw. Good. So what do we know about Monoshare Strike Boros, basically? On the draw, I'm pretty sure I want Righteous Blow. What do we know about his creatures? I know that the Minotaur should probably be decent. His creatures with 3 toughness be good. In this case, I think that the Parhelion Patrol is really that good. Hawk is fine. Witnesses are fine. Halberdier kinda sucks. More card. I think I'll get rid of the scout. We'll probably be in a situation where we need to block creatures, and with that 1 toughness, it's really not that good. Okay, so what we want now would be something like Witness into the Urchin into 3-drop. Oh, the mulligan. Come on. Again, I'm gonna keep this because you'll see the top card. I think it's wrong mulliganing 1 land, especially with Boros, when you can scry. Second red. Not keeping second red would probably be a bit too greedy. Because that allows us to at least play something. Well, after what I've seen in the first game, the attack is pretty safe here. Oh, wow. That is actually a big deal. With all those Shadow Strikes, we can be dead in 2 turns. Okay, come on. Give me planes. Our opponent is stuck at 2 as well. There is a planes. What are we gonna do with it? I think I have to get rid of the Vindicator. It's just so dangerous with Chair Strike. Other option would be Maniacal Rage on the Banneret. I think that can wait. Oh, this is too dangerous. Okay, it's a nice drone. Why is it still on 2 lands? No, not anymore. So we are equal again. So we are not equal. He didn't mulligan. Mentoring the recruit is a problem. Yep. And double blocking the bodyguard is just so bad in this case against those share strikes. I'll just let it through. See what happens. Okay. I will to play the witness because that means 2 blockers. And see if we can raise this. One. Ooh. How much damage is that? 11? Actually, no. Forgot about the stupid mentor. And for the next game, I'm so gonna remove the Boros Guild Gate. Fourth attack. An attack like this. I think at this point, with the Dawn of Hope active, probably can't win. Not with opponent on 12 life and 5 mana. Still hope that the Hawk somehow survives, and with the help of Wars, it just leeches enough life. Send anything else. Problem is, now the Hawk dies direct current. It's probably too dangerous to leave it up. Hmm. 6 looks better, but we are so far behind. Especially with the wall. Okay. Fine. I'll never do 2 damage to even have a chance with direct current on my side. So let's just try to get a better draw. Now we are on play, so what do we need? I think I'll replace the Minotaur for the patrol after all. Get rid of the Guild Gate, add a Plains. And that will be it. Let's just hope we are fast enough. Because this Boros is just better in the long game. I mean, the Boros that we are playing against. 1, 2... And that is a keeper. Managed to draw the 4th land. we can play everything. So it's quite important that we are the first one to get the fresh-faced recruit on board. Even managed to draw a 3-drop. That's great. This is also quite good. It's still enough. Oh, this is actually amazing with the righteous blow. We also know our opponent is playing righteous blow, so it might be better to just buff up the witness. Wait. First strike damage? No, no sheer strike? Oh, he wants to finish off the bodyguard with righteous blow. That's the play. No, that's not gonna happen. Now probably our recruit eats a blow. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so this is probably gonna be the sheer strike turn. Fine, so it's sheer strike. Kill the bodyguard. Play the patrol. And turn. With the boar, we can still mentor, I think, the recruit, or maybe, I don't know, the witness. Depends on what our opponent wants to do. Like, direct current would be fine in this case. The bodyguard should be fine as well, I think. Let me just buff up the witness, make sure that it trades with the bodyguard. Okay, and now I can think basically about just one card that could get us into trouble here. Don't remember the name, but it's the 3 damage to everything. There we go. Okay. So Boros did it again, all the way to 5 wins. Let's check our reward. Let's see. Actually, it's 8 packs. Lantern, nothing interesting here. Nice. Well, after this weekend and Grand Prix Lille, with all that IZ there and Jeskai controls, maybe I'll try it and play Iron somewhere, but definitely not cards I'd like to see. So far, it's pretty bad. One. Probably don't have 4 lava coils. So far, I think the best card. Expansion Explosion, that's another card into those Jeskai controls. And another Lantern, wow. 8 boosters as a reward, and that was pretty bad. And didn't even get wild cards. But well, it was still fun, so I hope that you'll like this run as well, and that you're gonna join me next time again. And until then, have a good time. Bye bye.